that is absolutely worth the trade. As topside, we're seeing some good brawling going down. Arla looking for Breathe. Grass Procs being traded. Now Tian, once again, did this in game 1. Didn't die mid lane this time round. He's looking for Arla to burn the flash before using that pillar. Chomping him down. Finally, the flash comes through. They're going for the dive here. And one more smack, and Tian finds first blood.
I was worried because, I mean, like, Breathe knows you can only take one tower shot, but now the cross map on the outside map.
Polymorph gets cleansed, but Light still not anywhere to go. Gets down under the turret. Missing flashes over the walls of the air. Doesn't whack him one to go down as well. It's a trade across the map. Light goes down in exchange for Arla.
Yeah, Missing denies the 1-for-1 there at the very end of that dive, but it was very well executed by JDG overall. Light does end up blowing the cleanse and does keep his flash, but still dies, misses that wave, and he's going to have to walk. Diving a Sion on the top side. It's not really a super high yield play. Light and Arha will almost undoubtedly still get a bunch of plays anyway.
If it wasn't for the insane amount of HP and tankiness of a Sion early on between his Soul Furnace and the CC that he can put out, the fact that he also then comes back to life and can clear the wave himself regardless and not really lose anything, does tend to make it very high risk for relatively little reward. And this is a play that was initiated by Wavo to begin with, and all that being said, there are 4 people heading up toward this top side, but Missing and Pays are nearby. Whether they engage on this or not remains to be seen, and they're actually looking for Missing. Flash from Erha knocks up the Lulu, and she gets taken down instantly. Erha maybe gets traded. Scout on an angle here, double Storm, double Tivers, finds one in response. Pays is still going crazy, not yet level 6, but doesn't need it, as Tian also clubbing away at this Sion. Soul Furnace keeps him alive for a little bit longer, and actually baits in Light. He may fall as well now, as Scout throws out his last spell, last bit of mana, and Pays trading. Got a need to go over the wall, no level 6. Pays finds 3 in the top side.
It's an absolute disaster for Weibo, and I mean, admittedly, at the beginning, I like the decisiveness from Erha to just snap engage onto Missing. He knows he's the one without that summoner spell, right? No flash available, no heal. That's coming up now, but JDG were ready. They'd early rotated Payson and Missing up to the top side, and Missing just barely hovering in fog for such a long time.
It's like it's not stopping
He's
there.
He's going to find Xiaoyu, apparently.
It is going from bad to worse for Weibo through this early game. We valued that both of these teams, you know, they've got elements of that scaling, but as we get later on, Azeri is going to out DPS Azaya, no doubt, and with a 1400 gold lead already for Pays in this early game, JDG can again feel very confident with their position in this game. As Erha and Light maybe looking to once again engage onto Missing, but Scout's there, Pays is ready, and Jun's here as well. Weibo, the bot lane, have overextended, they flexed their hand, and they will fall.
Rude, it's looking, well, let's just say this sequence hasn't been pleasant to Weibo.
The evolution is back. Missing is forced to flash, and that's fine.
Yeah, that's totally, that might not be okay though. Oh my god.
He's getting
something.
Goober one shot by Breathe is the term that I'm going to use there.
Yeah.
Is Missing and be able to do to peel his AD carry. Second Drake is live, and I think that with that small gold advantage, just overall, and the fact that the bot side is here, JDG are going to start off this dragon.
They want to contest. I don't mind this because Breeve's here. They're not going to get the dragon. They might find the fight afterwards.
So Pays has Hop ready to go over the wall, all out immediately onto Jun, who just gets enough HP to actually flash out over the wall. And for Weibo, that's a disaster. Now Ola knocks up Tian, who gets double stunned. Scouts Tibbers finds 2 as well. Ola's running amok on the backline, and they cannot take him down. Breathe has nowhere near the same consequence, and Pays flashing forward once again on the Zeri, already on a double kill. Ultra Shot Glazer not quite finding Light as he sidesteps that one, but JDG come out with 2 kills, the dragon, and nobody dies.
My son Pays is gliding today.
Yeah.
8, 1 and 2. This is a... I don't want to speak it potentially into existence, but Weibo just...
From Weibo in game number 1, where they're just trying to either take a turret, force down a Sion with no ulti, no flash as well. Knock-up does land, and Ult's in a little bit of trouble here, and Powered Rock thrown to the face. It's not even going to land as Breathe takes the kill beforehand.
Yeah, it does feel like a bit of an unnecessary death. They saw him fly across the map. So, you know, it's not like Arla didn't know that play was coming, but still goes down nonetheless. And
He's
the
so
tower's going to be
surprised
shared.
by the Talia spawning
You know what?
How did this happen?
I think he's more... Alright, if we're to give him benefit of the doubt, he's probably more surprised that he came from the front instead of the back. You know, like, if I'm Arla there, I'm expecting a Weaver's Wall, just from in between the tier 1 and 2. Not a
Yeah, maybe a bit more time to try and slow play it and use the turret maybe a little bit more to your advantage instead of just getting knocked up underneath it and taken down regardless.
Yeah, he had a whole sequence of ideas in his head of how to potentially outplay it.
And then
the simplest
unfortunately
way
Occam's
was...
razor. Yeah. Why don't we just kill him the normal way? Oh, that works.
Yeah, you know what, that works. That's not bad. Let's do that.
26 seconds now on that Cloud Dragon. JDG have taken the first two, and by all accounts look to be snowballing their way to a pretty early Cloud Soul here. A teleport across the map from Arla to be a part of this fight down in the bot side, and Weibo Gaming group up as 4, clump into that bot side jungle, and Weibo have immediately paid enough respect.
Ooh. It's a scuffle on the mid wave again, just by all the pigs.
Herald does go down here. And for Tian, that's a tool used. Xiaohu, in fact, is going to ride this in, and we're TPing into the mid lane here. Something's going to happen. Scout gets stunned initially. Arla whiffs on the unstoppable onslaught. Remember, no flash for this Scion just yet. Lulu to buy some space, some time, but the Scion goes down. Flash for flash between Breathe and Pays, and now the Zeri can go a little bit nuclear. Charm, knock up, CC chained as Xiaohu leaks it up, and Pays is down, and now Weibo, they have control over mid lane.
Yeah, I mean, Pays is just looking to squeeze a little bit too hard there for the extra damage. Missing used his ultimate and his heal. Hold on a second, it's an extra dive.
They're going for even more here. Missing dodges out on the seismic shield, but Shun's going to go down. Skull flashes into 3. Finds a stun on the wall, but nobody falls. And now he's just resigned himself to death. Erha lives as well, and Weibo have found a fight.
Goodness me. I mean, fair play Weibo, but you just questions asked again. Not only of Arla, but this time Pays too far forward. And while Scout's engage on the back end was obviously nice, JDG had already been rallied by that point, and Weibo are going to stop this snowball of the potential early Cloud Soul, which honestly would have been pretty close to devastating. You think back to the days, I mean, we're talking old days today, 2023.
So
Cloud Dragon
ago.
and the Soul was actually scary because of Zeri being in.
Finding the kill topside to give Reed that early opener into the laning phase, and you know, by extension giving him the tools to be able to take down Pays in the topside jungle, and then flashing in, taking him down here as well. But JDG not thwarted by their 3,000 gold deficit here. They're the ones starting up the Dragon, knowing that Pays is the carry. Double TPs have come through from both sides as Xiaohu's wall cuts off, Shun cuts off Pays. Should both be able to get over the wall here. Early knock up onto Breeze, he's able to get out to safety. Looking like a comical flip here as Pays forced to dash away. Smite secured by Tian, and Weibo now looking forward here. They've stolen the Atakan away, and that's going to be enough for them.
Cheers for the leash.
TY for leash, guys.
Yeah. Well, there you go. That's done. Shun. Oh, he gets clipped by the Pathmaker, actually.
And immunes the all-out with the cease and desist. Walks back in and almost gets caught by a Q3 by Breeze, but that is a big win for Jun here. Could have easily been taken down, but manages to combo his way out of it.
Yeah, alright. Well, fair play, Shun. That could have been a pretty bad play. You lose Shun there in a situation like that. Maybe you end up losing tier 2 on the top side. Oh my goodness.
Arla flashed to 1 point. The unstoppable onslaught. Zhao did have to flash away, but he's on the wrong side of the wall. He will go down.
Ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, that might just be the science behind it, to be honest with you. This dragon is going to go completely uncontested by JDG. They don't want any business to do with that.
This now does change.
Tier 1 on the top side.
With that Archon going down, how the fights are looking to play out, that's a pretty big boost of experience from. But it's still not a lot, you know?
But it's also like not Malignant's death cap or something. Oh, whoa.
Okay.
Did I
that
just
was a
not
flash
see
away
the
from the
W
unravel there. Yeah, there was a W
yeah,
there
right.
that he flashed away from.
Right.
It wasn't an attempted engage, and a lot of pretty colours right now, Jamada. Nothing actually happening.
Yeah, alright, guys, don't worry. Scout didn't grief. He saved his life very conservatively.
Saw a threat,
Midway
he flashed away
jostling.
from it.
There's
a lot of tension right now.
Yeah.
So if anybody does go down, expectation is that the Baron is going to be the play that they go for. We've got 2 minutes left on a Cloud Dragon spawn, which isn't, it's going to be sole point for whoever gets it, but doesn't have the highest weighting on it necessarily to take.
I'm about to start breaking into football chart. Like, is this NA? You know? Like, what does my beautiful region become?
Why are we waiting? As we
we're not waiting
finally
anymore.
find an engage, and Oh, loses half his HP, even a little bit more, and forced summon a heal from missing. Unstoppable Onslaught to disengage. Xiao follows up though, the Weaver's Wall comes through, but the shove goes wide. Looking to route JDG out of mid lane, they've established control over that wave, and they probably lose the tier 2 here as a consequence for their actions. They spent time looking towards the Baron, they didn't find it, and Weibo come out on top.
Yeah, good reactions there from Weibo to just strip away what they acknowledge they can from JDG's rather rush attempt at the Baron. They're going to catch this mid wave high as well, just kind of keep JDG suffocated a little bit. Or they go too far, maybe they give an angle to Scout and Shun.
Yeah, Unstoppable Onslaught blocked by the pillar there as the charm comes through, but Air unfortunately stunned. He's used the quickness, and now they don't have that tool, and JDG immediately turn tail up toward the Baron once again, sacrificing control over that mid wave, so they have to start this up early. Missing though, caught by the pillar. Not going to burn the flash, walks the long way round, and again it's Jun this time forced to flash out. Re-engaged onto Tian, and JDG are going forward. It looks good for them, and that's because it is. Jungle is so far traded, but Pays is unleashing his damage onto Weibo. Tries to flash forward, go a little bit aggressively here. Still with that summoner spell available, and now just waiting for that ulti to wear out. Arla taking up the damage of Lightning in the front line, and Lightning crashes out, and JDG go for a 1-for-1, and Weibo once again stand tall.
That's where those fights for JDG and just for Pays in general look so good, right? Slight mispositioning from Shun, sure, but the kind of re-engage where Shun goes forward, there's another body in front of means of setup so that the blade coolers are connecting. And again, just the contextual amount of space that Azira feels like needs to deal damage without being turned on a one-shot in this kind of composition. As Xiao, who's now the target of an engage.
But he's pulled in Jun deep, and he's going to get taken down very quickly over the wall and far too aggressive. JDG lose their jungler with Baron and Dragon alive. Now JDG, they've got to fight their way out of this. Pays hops over the wall. He's the carry. He's the threat that Weibo need to focus. And so far, they've not found access. Just a little bit of attention focused onto missing. It's a 1-for-0 still in favor of Weibo. But what do they do with this?
I mean, the Baron start, right? Shun's dead. He's not on the map. Ultimates are available for JDG, but the one that's super important to me really is the Wild Growth. It provides so much space to Pays. Not being there, can the presence dissuade this Baron? That's the question.
Playing up on this top side, wants to be able to pivot out if possible, but Xiao, who has based, he's come back in on a flank angle with a double knock-up, but JDG looking to take this fight themselves. Breathe already very low in the front line, stands tall as the Baron falls away, though. Get in, they get out. Way. Are they unscathed here as Light's been left to leave his own devices? He goes down, a 1k kill for Pays, but 4 members take the Baron.
I have a sneaking suspicion that Pays might be basing for a 5th item right now. Weibo get out with the ultimate prize, however, with the Nash, and they're going to get this 4th dragon, so they're going to be very speedy.
So this is sole point here for Weibo that they take. They are going to still have an insane amount of movement speed regardless. JDG needs to stop the soul from Weibo, where they could theoretically look to go elsewhere on this timer. So JDG started up nice and early.
Nice and early indeed.
Scouts on this flank angle.
That's the big question.
So it's secured. The soul not picked up by Weibo. Scout waiting for Weibo to ingress into their jungle, and maybe they know that somebody's there. An initial stun stops him from throwing up the pillar, and Tien gets the subjugate down, but is it too late? Absolutely not! Pays knocked up, Scout flashes forward! Thunderstorm by Light keeps himself safe, and Pays into the GA now. Ulti goes down, and Weibo breathe, taking Scout over the wall, and Pays still alive. All the falls. A 2-for-1 so far as Scout actually looking, and he gets more! Dashing forward, takes down 2, takes down 3. It's overall just JDG coming on top and taking the dragon.
Pays dealt 10,000 damage in that team fight. And even though he did go into the GA, he did get flicked forward. Whilst that was happening, Scout's re-engage was huge and might have just kept JDG in the game, frankly. I think there was maybe a wave in the bottom side of the map, funnily enough, to have played off. Even dies. Oh.
They're looking, Pays. They found one, they found 2, the Zeri is dead!
They're picking mid, they're not even picking the Baron. They want to end the game now that Pays is dead, but 38 minutes into this.
And they might just be able to do it here, Jamada. Their AD carry is down. The carry of this team, the Pays train that we set up early, has fallen. Scout and Arla, the only 2 carries left alive. Weibo don't seem to care.
Scout is on a mission.
He's on a flank of all flanks here, trying to get access, but he's being marked by Breathe. Arla's job here to try and clear the wave. Scout as well burns his cooldowns onto Breathe, and JDG, they're just buying time. 20 seconds left still for Pays. Scout falls as well, but that wave, it's still alive. One minion, one Nexus turret is all they need. And Wavo Gaming, against the 8 kills Zeri 12 minutes into this game, come back and take game 2.
Your government mandated